bonjour, bon, whatever the afternoon one is. Hello, everybody. Sorry, I had to go get an earpiece. I haven't cycled for like 2 or 3 days right now, and we're doing sound check, and you guys came into our sound check. But while we're waiting for everybody to load up, let me try and see what groove I have that could get everybody into some groove. So, good afternoon, everyone. This is Unplanned session. Hello, Pastor Tunji. How's everybody doing? So we're going live. I hope you guys are feeling my heart. And of course, we're hanging out with the man himself, Mr. Adebola Williams, aka His Excellency. Please just go on Google and check his profile. The man is loaded. I only have 1 hour, so I'm not going to waste it now. And then I hope you guys will join us. I have questions I'm supposed to do on the 10th.
Basically, I just want to explore, like,
Yeah, the man himself is here. Thank you, brother. Thank you, boss, for allowing us to do this. This is the first time I'm meeting you. This is literally.
I know.
We've been trying to get in touch with big men like you for a long time, man.
It's good to be here. But I think I met your wife, if I'm correct.
Okay, where?
At the airport, didn't I?
Oh, you probably did. Describe her.
Average height.
Yeah, she's very hot like this.
She's coming back one morning. You
Okay.
you own the boutique, yeah?
No, that's the first one. We have plenty, but they assume that there are many. I'm the last. I'm the last in all of them.
So what's his?
Leke Adeboye. So the boutique is called Wise Men.
Yes. Okay. So he's
the one. He's the one. He's taller, but he's not as nice as me.
So how many?
I mean. All right, so I like how this interview is now you interviewing me, but it's good. I'm with you. So we are 5. Well, we used to be 5, but most people don't know this because they didn't write it anywhere. Before it became more famous, we had a sister that we lost at some point. So we are now 4. We are 4. So 3 males and now 1 female. So the first is a guy. His name is Leke Adeboye. Is also a pastor in RCCG. Then we have a female. She's based in the States. Boluagbe Adubi Ni Adeboye. And then there's Dari Adeboye, very nice guy. He lives literally right next door. We live beside each other. And people are hailing my cap. You see, it's because of him I had to get cap. But this is from Afghanistan somewhere. It's one of those staff caps. So and I'm the last. Wait, say that again.
Why do you live in Ogun State?
I work with for RCCG, Pastor Adeboye. So I'm also personal assistant, and my house is just right next door. I'm one of those personal assistants that they value so much that they don't want to be too far.
You are so. I wouldn't say this. I will wait until I see your older brother. Then she and I will take goals at you. I see. Excellent. Good stuff. Good stuff.
And then it's safe. I mean, we have the camp. The camp is safe. I mean, since even this lockdown, it's like living in a bubble. We just cocoon the whole thing. So, it's been nice.
I haven't been to the camp in a long time. I'm going to confess. I haven't been to camp in a long time. I think the last time, no, not the last. Maybe the last. No. I think the second to last time I was at the camp, something happened to me that I would never forget.
Okay.
We had parked in the wrong place.
Oh.
My brother and I, and by the time we came, Uncle Tonya Co had deflated our tires. What do you call them?
Team Nehemiah, TN.
Team Nehemiah. That deflated our car. And guess what? Like, I got to the car and I was like, oh, great, fantastic. We deserved it. I wasn't upset.
Really?
I didn't regret it. I just like, yeah, we parked in the wrong place. They deflated our tires, and that's it. But people around me were cursing. They were so upset. Oh, God punish them. You are just coming from church. You're just coming from the vigil. What are you talking about? We've done the wrong thing. We've been punished. We should even go and ask for forgiveness, even with the punishment, and humbly pack ourselves and go home. They were upset. They were livid. I was in awe, that day. But, I had a huge respect for the team Nehemiah, their efficiency, and the organization they brought to the place. Of course, I was never going to park in the wrong place anymore after that day. My punishment didn't even finish. After we managed to get the car working, they started moving, then we lost the tire. We suffered that day. So the punishment, it was serious. It was serious. But anyway.
One of the things interesting about Nehemiah and all of that is actually like a collection of people that you would not think would be in that kind of team, I guess. I mean, imagine Toyeko, you call him uncle, but he's not my guy. So I mean, he's he's inside there. We have so many big guys that are in there, people that society would. So it's kind of strange, and they're out on they literally start from where 7-Up is in Lagos State, and they're lined all the way to the camp, to inside the camp, so that when you come, you have that smooth experience in and out as much as possible, because of obviously Lagos Ibadan Express Road is like a major artery for traffic for the nation. Before it used to take like 12 hours within the camp to get home, not even like outside. But yeah, so they fixed that. Anyway, nice to meet you. Thank you for thank you for coming and allowing me to do this. Guys, Google, this is Mr. Adebola Williams. And from you talking just now, I kind of see the reason why you're successful, because you're not a normal average Nigerian. Like I'm being serious. We had to create a radio station for people to listen to when they leave the camp, because of situations like getting upset on the way out, so they had to have an opportunity to fix that anger and everything that they've lost. Now, so fine. My question actually deals with faith. So it says, we're talking about faith just now. So let's talk about faith, as they said. Since it's God, who is Adebola Williams in context of faith?
In the context of faith, I think it's one and the same. I think it's one and the same. I think that, and that conversation we had some minutes ago kind of puts the context to this, which is, you don't come out of church and become somebody else. It's the same thing. So the me, in the office, the me at home, the me on the street, the me everywhere should be the same me in faith, should be the same me in Christ. And even when I'm in sin, I am still under the grace, because I am a child, and and I can quickly, tap into mercy, and then from there I go and seek forgiveness, so I can go back into grace. So across board every day of my life, it's one and the same, and I think that's one of the biggest ways that Christians have missed it, and one of the biggest ways that church has missed it, church as a whole, because we're training people, we're building people who think that their life in church is different from their life out of church. We're building people who think that it should be a certain way when they are in the spirit, when they are before God, that is different from the way they are when they are normal. You're not normal. You're a child of God through and through at every point in your day. So it's important for us to put it out there that it's the same. If you're stealing, if you're whatever you're committing, just realize that you carry the grace and the Spirit of God. So try first to do the right thing. And if you fail, then quickly restitute, because it's one and the same. And the same principle, the Bible and God teaches us to be empathetic, to be kind, to be forgiven. It teaches us leadership. It teaches us sacrifice. It teaches us enterprise, entrepreneurship, dreaming, visioning. It teaches us innovation. So everything you want to do in your day-to-day living is already existing in your Christ-like self. You know, in Christianity, everything. You know, art. You know, they say the devil was the one with the best voice in heaven. You know, singing. You know, whatever it is, whatever you want to do is already in Christ. It's already in Christendom. So you just need to express it in the fullness. You know, but again, of course, knowledge might be the problem. For a long time, the church has explained and taught people that there is separation, and that's what we need to begin to close. We need to begin to close that gap, you know, and build people who know that at every point in time, you know, I am Christ.
Nice. I think we should allow you to start a youth church. We would even start it.
Thank you. Nobody is doing that. A number of people are doing that. Let's leave that for them.
Hey, you can always come out. You can come and see the Ogun State crowd. We'll bring everybody from.
I mean, from time to time, you know, I'm always happy to speak, you know, to the people in church, you know, to the church folks. And not necessarily the youth. And that's the problem, the mistake we make. It's a community, the society. You know, we have to build an ecosystem for this thing. So the young people have to know, the older people have to know. It's an ecosystem. You know, so if you give an information to the baby that you don't give to the mother will not know how to take care of the child. So if the mother has impact on the child, the mother should know. So when the child starts behaving a certain way, the mother must be able to support that behavior. The father must be able to support that behavior. To support the behavior, you must let them know that's why when you buy a TV, there is a manual. Yeah. So the parent is a manual, is the TV, or the child is the TV. Both of them have manual. So you must be able to understudy the manual of each other, to be able to understand each other and use each other to optimum, you know, to maximum benefit, you know, and things like that. So I'm always happy. I mean, I speak in a number of Redeemed churches. I still spoke in Pastor Femi Obaria's church on the Express about 3 weeks ago. Spoke to the church. I spoke in the one. I speak in. I'm a foundational Redeemed person.
Foundational. I saw that. I think I saw that somewhere, but you know, I wasn't sure. So, like, I have this group that I'm a part of. In fact, that's their acronym behind PSF. And it's just Pastor's Seed Family. So it's like a gathering of ministers of the mission, whoever is serving in any capacity in the church, from the man that opens the gate to the person filling diesel into the gen to the one on the stage to the singers. All their seeds, instead of calling them kids, you know, that PK situation is a problem for us, because, you know, a kid refers to the child of a goat. So people keep wondering why the children of the pastors are always going off or going wrong, because they're already addressed as goats. So of course they would partially go wrong in most cases. So we're going to invite you once this, or whichever way we can do electronically or whenever we are set, we'll bring you. We have to plan. All right. So my second question, while I'm waiting for your network to reconnect, is obviously you've built consistency in everything you do, and I just want to know how. Like, did you face any setbacks or any issues? So I'm waiting for you to reconnect, because I can see your video going and while I'm even waiting, please confirm. Oh, it left so that I can reconnect. Okay. I hear Dr. Miles Monroe in you. Oh, nice, Mr. Allegra. I see you there, sir. Fine, Allegra. All right. Let me connect him back. This is one of those sessions that maybe because we didn't pray at the beginning. Maybe because we didn't pray. We go pray. See a lot of people asking to do. Guys are like, check my DM. I can't check my DM right now in the middle of a live session. Right now, in the middle of a live session. How do I check my DM in the middle of a live session? All right. Oh, thank you, Auntie Shirley. Sister Tumi, thank you. Of course, you're going to like my cap now. Even me say I like my cap. It's got an Afghan feel. It's an Afghanistani cap. I don't work out small. I never reach Afghanistan. And my own is not just red cap. It's all colors. So I'm ready. Okay. So I'm just waiting for our guest to come back. While we're waiting for him to come back, I have a ton of questions. I think a lot signal. Oh wow, my wife is on here. Hello, babe. Babe, may I add you? Maybe you can't do live session real quick. Let me just see your face. Babe, can I add you? While I'm waiting for Mr. Adebola Williams to come back. Babe, let's see your face now. Babe, may I see your face now? I'm adding you. You have to accept. Accept now. Don't be like this. You're welcome, man. But the live session is still going on. I'm waiting for my wife to accept. She's being shy. She's being shy. I don't know why she's being shy. But anyway. Yeah, you're welcome, man. All the way from from Abuja, right? Okay, cool. All right, that's how my wife refused to accept. Maybe she was okay. I don't know where she is, so don't let me go and put her in trouble. Maybe she's doing something, baking or something like that. All right, so I lost him on the signal, so I'm waiting. I'm waiting for him to come back. Wow. Oh, wow. Okay. Miss Aniola is sending a video request. I'm not sure she knows she's doing that on purpose, but no catch you. Let's see, man, if you're still sending a video request.
Pastor Leke.
Request, I'll let you go. Okay. Arole, you are here. Arole is here. Oh God. And of course, my other brother too. I see you. Ashiri, you are there. Okay. All right. I'm just waiting for Mr. Adebola to come back. He's back. We'll continue. And I'm hiding him right now. I'm adding it right now. I think we lost him there on the signal. But back.
You know, I was sitting outside.
Okay.
You know, I told you I tried to sit outside.
Yeah.
And the sun, the ice shut down from temperature.
Sir, I can sow into your life. If not, I can't deliver it. I'll just send you a Samsung. Please stop.
Very funny. Very funny.
Samsung doesn't shut down.
Very funny. How much are they paying you for this advert you are giving them for free?
Yeah, in fact, they should make me an ambassador. I use Samsung everything. Watch everything. I'm here. No, Samsung kind of works well for Nigeria. You know,
I'm waiting for the Nigerian brand that will compete with them. But anyway, so you get it. I think we're talking about coming over and speaking, but that's it. You know, we need to be able to let people see the manual.
Yeah.
You need to, see the manual of the generation you want to deal with. You know, ways.
So I'm going to throw you this curveball. Do you have a manual that you've set for yourself? So now you've been doing a lot of things. You're achieving so much. Consistency. How do you keep at it? What are the stumbling blocks that you've had to face? How did you overcome them? For a young person in this difficult Nigeria, how do you survive?
I think the first thing for me has always just been get it done. Give it whatever it takes. Okay. Get it done. Give it whatever it takes. It's as simple as that, I tell you.
Okay.
It's as simple as that. I can give you a very complex answer, but it's as simple as that for me. For every time I want to embark on something and I am afraid, then I know that I'm about to do something big.
Oh.
If I'm not afraid, then it's not big enough. When I want to go into the next level, then I'm afraid. And bravery is the answer. Fear gives us an opportunity to be brave.
Okay.
For every time you want to look back in your life and say, that was a brave move, you most likely need fear, anxiety, anxiousness to be able to prove bravery.
Wow.
And all my life, I've always chosen the path of bravery. for everything that we have done. It's always been fearful, daunting, but we never let it stop us. Because if you can think it, you can do it. It's not a matter of speaking. It's actually a life I'm living.
Okay. Okay.
And that's also because I have understood what it requires to activate things. Many times people think to activate things you need money. But your first resource is knowledge. Knowledge is the GPS for life's maze. For you to go through the maze of life, you need knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
When you have knowledge, you can choose to either be a trailblazer or you can follow the footsteps of another person. But either ways, you need knowledge.
Okay. Okay.
So first knowledge.
Yeah.
And when you have that knowledge, you can design a roadmap. And once you design the roadmap, you can then identify the resources that you need to be able to activate that vision. In designing the resources, even if you're limited in finance, in capacity, you realize that you need human beings. So you then identify the people that you need to be able to help you achieve your dreams.
Nice.
And first, when you identify those people, you must not go to them with a heart of service.
Oh.
Because you see, every relationship is what you make of it. It's the seed that you sow and the way you nurture the seed that will determine how that tree will grow, if it will bear fruit or if it will wither and die.
Right.
So I think my manner for life is based on seed time and harvest time. But with a clear focus on the journey in the middle. Because many times we talk about seed time and harvest time, we miss that journey. The journey where you first have to till the land. You have to first identify the land, find the land, till the land, clear it, till it, prepare the land for seeds, sow into the land, then begin to nurture the seed. You must water it, you must put manure, you must ensure it gets sunlight, you must cultivate it from time to time, rake it, clean it, clear it up, remove the weeds, then consistently water it. And then as it grows, you continue to nurture it. If you stop halfway, it can die.
True.
Sometimes you build it enough that it might not die, but it will bear fruit and the fruit will be stunted.
Wow.
But if you continue to nurture and nourish, you find that at the end of the day, you have a tree that blossoms and fruits that are juicy. And then guess what? You will now use the fruits to plant new seeds and create new streams of income and new opportunities for yourself.
I see you, sir. I keep saying it. I think we should just put you in Bible college, SOD. You're going there. Someone just said we didn't pray. So we'll just say a quick one. Father, for all we will share today, please share with us, and we commit everything we'll do into your hands and that we have already done and still doing. Let it be fruitful. Let it work for us. Let us learn. Let us gain. In Jesus' precious name we pray.
Amen.
Amen. So now, see, they've sent me these questions that I'm supposed to ask, and it might get personal, so I'm just warning you. They said the heart is hopeful for anyone that is praying and God is using. So, what is your relationship status, or should the people keep praying and being hopeful?
They should be praying and being hopeful. The Lord will lead all our paths. I'm single, and I am looking to settle.
Nice.
Okay. And we're praying to God, for that the right partner, to go with us on this journey.
No rush. So no rush.
I mean, yeah, I feel a bit, I feel like it's time for me. Okay. And I have an ideal, partner that I do hope God leads my way. I've been friends with people across in different industries, models, actors, media, but I think that because of my kind of work, maybe I need to go more corporate and finance and consulting. So So I am now, in the new state, of relational engagement.
I like that.
Yes. Alpha Smart, I see you. You say you're godly graduate of Georgetown University. I'll say hello to you, Alpha first. I see you. You never know. Leke might be a matchmaker, so I'll check out your profile later.
I like that. Okay, so now there's this thing I developed over time. It's something that I saw that life is in 3 stages. Expected to live on an average of about 70 years. So we have a breakdown of 3 parts of it. The morning, the afternoon,
the morning
evening.
time, the afternoon, evening time.
Yeah. And then we can also switch it and make it starter, main course, and dessert. Because obviously, as a child, first level, everything you're eating is still.
I'm not sure starter, main course would even be it for me. Because I think that it's really morning, afternoon, evening. Starter, doesn't require that much effort. Starter is light.
Something is light.
But that's not it. No, that's not it. Your morning time should be the heaviest.
Should be the heaviest.
Yes, your morning time should be the heaviest. Your morning time should be when you go all in, when you throw away all fears. You see, when you want to be brave, your morning time is when you can be as brave as possible without too much fear of repercussion. Without so much fear of losing time or not being able to recover. The best time to take a risk is your morning time. Your morning time is your hit time.
Okay, so I put that in as the first stage is between that age 0 to 23, and then the next stage is 24 to 46, and then the last one is 70.
Because when you're 24, 25, you're almost getting married.
We are not going to lose you. We can't lose you now. Oh, okay, yeah. We lost you for a second there, but you reconnected back now. We lost you for a second there, but you're good now.
That's when you're thinking childbearing. That's when you're thinking
I don't want to lose your signal. I need to send you a Samsung. We lost you for a second there, so we missed you a little bit. I need to send you.
Let me make a confession. It came in. So in switching phones, I should have disabled the incoming, but not. So
let me run it again. From that 0 to 23, what should you be doing? And then from the 24 to 46.
So it's your 0 to 23 is your morning time. It's the time where you should put in the habit. The time where you should be the bravest. The time when if you fail, you can recover. The time where all bets are off, all risk is open to be taken. The time to start a business, the time to start a foolish idea, the time to chase your passion, the time to invest. Imagine, I started investing in my passions when I was 14. I had 10 whole years to fiddle around. 10 years to mess around. 10 years. And then before I now finally settle at some point. So at 19, I kind of settled when we began the Future Awards and began our company. But before that, I spent 5 years being around the media, building relationships, building experiences, opening my tentacles, trying new things, pushing the boundaries.
Nice.
From 14 to 19. And at 19, I started my first company when I was 16. So I had the time to also mess around and do a company before we now started another one.
Okay.
So you're hardy. Mark Zuckerberg was about 19 when he was on campus trying to start Facebook. Jobs was young in his garage. Kevin Systrom of Instagram is 26. Your morning time. Adeboye 22 when he raised money for Adebola. Then 24 when he raised money for Flutterwave. These are millions of dollars, billions of dollars.
Wow.
Your morning time. That is the time.
Okay.
Actually, in that time, you don't even need too much bravery because there's not much at risk, not much at stake.
Yeah.
So if you miss that time, that's fine, no problem. But please don't let your kids miss it. Push your kids. It's your nephews, push your younger ones. They push them to do business, push them to invent, to innovate, to start things early. If you see a passion that they like, force them, encourage them, push them to do it. So that they would have gained experience for 5 years, for 4 years, for 8 years, before they will figure out what they're going to do in their life. So by the time they are 21 and they're finishing university, they already have an idea what they want to do in their lives. Or they've already built a skill that they can always come back to in their life. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then your afternoon time is when you cannot begin to be brave, because then you have wife, you have children, so you're not a bit afraid. You now have to be brave. You know? But that is that you're entering gear 2. Yeah. So it doesn't mean you're slowing down. It means that, see, if you do well in your gear 1, then your gear 2 will not be bigger. But if you make your gear 1 like starter light, you'll not start, starting in gear 2. No, gear 2 should be you creating another level of boundary. Of you entering a new space, going from stratosphere to hemisphere. That's what you in your gear 2. That's when you should be doing bigger things. You shouldn't be chasing, things that 20-year-olds are chasing at that time. Mm-hmm. We always said to ourselves that by God's grace, we wanted to conquer Africa. And by the time, we had begun all we're doing with Nigeria, with the future and go. And in 2011 or 12, we went to Africa. In 2011, I was it 24 or something? Or 25. I think 25. We moved to Africa, and then our business still expanded. By the time we entered 30, we moved to doing things with presidents, leaders of nations. But imagine if we were starting the things we were doing now at 30. No. Imagine that we did. But guess what? Remember when I told you about the seed that grows the tree and then gives you food to plant other things? It is a seed that we planted when I was 15, 14. My partner, when he was 16, that grew and became a tree with all the things we were doing early with the future house and co. That gave us the fruit to segue into the new opportunities. But you see, when your existing tree gives you fruit, sometimes you might not need to start from the beginning again. No. You can now move faster. You're now building up on things. You're just throwing the seeds and it's already growing. Boom, 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 boom. But never be afraid to now start all over again if that's what you have to do. True. If you have to abandon the tree that you already have and you need to plant a new one from the beginning, or if you're 35, whenever you wake up is your morning. Morning is a mindset. What that means is that if you don't do these things I've said now at 35, you will be struggling with it at 40. So how about you get to it now at 35? How about now at 35? You might have passed your 19, 22, 24, 28. No problem. You're 35 now, fine. Okay. But how about you start now at 35? Start now at 35. And then by the time you're 40 and 45, you would have changed your life story. So the things that you're afraid of, they'll say, I'm just starting. They'll say, look at me. This, that. By 40, you will be mourning and your life would not have changed.
Wow. But one of the things that I see with people is, especially those people that just keep coming around and being critics, they're never there. Like, further down, they're not there. So that, one of the things is in some cases, I just tend to just block them out because now, all those people that will say, see what they're doing. What is he doing now that he should have done it? They're not helping the situation anyway. They're not even investing or they're not trying to do anything. But anyway, let me
saw a post from Martin Luther King's son.
Okay.
He said, many people are out here praising my father. But when he was alive, many did not like him. In actual fact, when he died, a poll showed that he was one of the most hated men in America.
Wow.
Martin Luther King. But today we talk about him in glowing colors. Mm-hmm. That's human beings. They don't appreciate. They don't support. They just want to complain and point fingers and complain. You cannot base your motivation on human praise. The same people that said, hail him, said, nail him, nail him. I was watching Last Dance, Michael Jordan documentary recently. And one of the commentaries said, sometimes it's as if the people want to make you so they can mar you. Now that's not your problem. Let the people be the people. Let the people do what they want to do, how they want to do. That's not your problem. You focus on your own self. You get your inspiration and your high from your own self, from your own faith with God, relationship with God, your family, your commitment. Find it with yourself. When you go to war because you decided to go to war. Do not go to war because the people are hailing you and saying that you are the greatest warrior of their time. My mother would say, Majamasa, you know when to fight, you know when to retreat. That's wisdom.
I was going to say translate, because
but if you
that is wisdom.
Because of the people, you would not know when to retreat. You would always want them to hail you. You would always want them to keep praising you. Yeah. And that was one of the things we learned early in our lives. So all the decisions we take, many sacrifices we make, but we don't go out and show the world. So the world will always have an opinion about you. Just make sure that you know the opinion you have of yourself and that you know the values you're rooted in and why you're doing what you're doing.
I like that. So one of the things that I picked up, going across Africa, how did you make that transition? I mean, what were the hurdles that you faced? Because now Africa is really diverse, from our own travels on missions and, RCCG being in only God knows how many nations now, at least 196 on the last count. Going across Africa, you're changing languages, you're changing mindset, you're changing the way people see things and view things. What challenges or hurdles did you have to face? I mean, even your charging ports alone, the plug that you use is different across Africa.
It is. I mean, I have different ones for different countries, and I always have to remind myself to switch them because I can't pack all of them in the bag. I have one better one. Sometimes I lose them. You forget them in the hotel. So, you just go with the flow. Buy at the airport, buy in the hotel, or loan them in the hotels. I think the first thing for conquering territories, expanding and acquiring is to vision. We always said it, that we are here for Africa. We always said it from the beginning. We always said it. We're about Africa. People would ask us, don't you want to be global? We say, yes, we'll be global. We'll be global because the globe will come and seek the key to Africa and they will come to us to come and find that.
Okay.
So our global relevance will come from our African dominance. We always said it everywhere to everyone that cares to listen.
Nice. So when you were called for an event, right, and you had to give a speech. I saw that video clip on your Instagram, and I love that intro where you said that when you saw President Obama, you said you're not looking forward to taking a selfie. And you were pushing for something. How do you get that mindset? Because like other people would have I've seen it. People who abuse our president, for example, now, and then when they now get to Asu Rock, they are all smiling and taking, but then they don't.
I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie to you. I had a conversation with one of my brothers last night, Bola, and we're talking about something close to this, and he was saying, and he said, listen, you can say what you're saying now, but what you forget is that you've always been bold to walk into any room, and you've always then find favor to be able to engage with people in power. And because of that, I think I've gotten not entirely used to it. You'll never be entirely used to it, but then by the grace of God, for every time I am afraid, that I am brave to conquer it, it means that I have climbed a staircase and I'm about to climb the next one.
Mm-hmm.
See, oftentimes when we see these things, we don't picture them. We always just, ignore them. And I'm not gonna lie to you, Leke. Just right now, I've always seen those staircase motivation image. I never used to think about it deeply.
Okay.
But on this conversation with you, I can connect story, which is that literally for every time I conquer a local government chairman or a governor, it gives me courage to speak to a minister, to a president, to a, to anybody. So that's it. That's why you must conquer your friends. That's why you must be brave. If you do not conquer that fear, you will not be brave to do the next thing ahead of that. You have to first of all climb the wall to see what's behind the wall, then now see the next wall to climb the next wall. If you don't climb the first wall, you can't climb the third wall. It's simple. So if you don't climb the first staircase, you can't climb the second staircase. Even if you double the staircase, you might not just be able to climb the third one.
Okay.
So you see me in those rooms and I'm able to be comfortable and speak because I have been speaking for a long time to smaller audiences. I always tell people, never be afraid or ashamed of being in the backstage. Be afraid of not being ready when the curtain opens up to you on the stage. So for every time I was backstage, and backstage doesn't mean backstage literally. Backstage means when I was on smaller stages. When the only people I could speak to were my friends. When the only people I could speak to were the teenagers in church. And then I stopped speaking to teenagers in church when I was about 14 or 15. I started speaking to the main church. Main church. When I was about 15 or thereabouts, I moved. I conquered the teen church. In actual fact, at that time, they asked me to come and see the teen church. I didn't want to anymore. I'm telling you. I was like, no. I'm on another level now. Main church level. So I stopped worshiping in the teen church. Leke, I stopped. I started worshiping in the main church. I remember when I moved to Jubilee, they would want me to go and worship in their teen church. I would go there, I'm like, what are we doing here? No.
I think,
and I'll go to the main church.
I think your gift already started making way for you from a long time. So
but you know, those rooms were the places I learned wisdom.
Okay.
I soaked in wisdom. I went in those rooms with humility. I didn't go there with pride. So I didn't leave my peers to go to the main church and then be their mates. No. I went there to carry chairs, to clean. I went there to learn, to be the small boy, to listen to them. I didn't go there. No. I didn't go there with arrogance. No. I went into those rooms to learn. And so those were the things that gave me courage and confidence at every point in time. So even I say to people, even the Obama stage, by the grace of God, is still a rehearsal. It's still a backstage to the other stages we're going.
Wow.
And last year, I addressed the European Union. This year, I addressed the World Trade Organization. I was the youngest, probably maybe the only African. I was on their main panel, the panel that kicks off, the main one. I mean, those are the things, those are the doors that God, keeps opening. But He will only open those doors when you also prepare. Okay. He will only open those, He will only multiply the oil if you bring the jar of oil.
Okay, I'm nominating you. I will go and beg the GO. You don't need to pass through all the extras. Let's just go straight to it. You don't have to pass through all the extras.
If you do not bring the jar of oil, you cannot multiply it. But just to stop there, the woman with the jar of oil needed to also have interpersonal skills. She needed to also have relationships with her neighbors. The amount of business she could get will be limited by the amount of people that she had relationships with. That's number one. For the beginning. That's where that's where she's a small business. Borrow from friends and family. But if the woman was now wiser, you know what she would do? She will not begin to tell people, you go to the next street, go and bring me oil, and go and bring me basin. If you bring me basin, I will give you a jar. She has now entered entrepreneurship from friendship and relationship. So before you know it, the whole place would have been littered. But she did not have entrepreneurship skills. She only had relational skills. So it limited her.
Oh, wow. Okay. I think this is nothing but the truth. But as in youth conventions you should be available. It's in October. I'm helping them pre-book because I'm just one of their messengers. I'm helping them pre-book. Now, there's something, and this one is just coming off my own mind. Obviously, we're living in a generation where there's this mindset of entitlement that my beloved Nigerian youth have right now, how would they be able to conquer that in this situation that they find themselves? Because they feel the way requests are made, the way they speak, they just have this sense of entitlement, and they can't move forward if their mind doesn't change. How do you? Yeah.
I think that, you know, they would wake up to it. They would wake up to it. You can't. There's not much you can do to someone who's not open to an idea, unless you force them. But what I know, and for everyone listening, is that there are certain skills that are important to survival in life. There are certain skills that are important to succeeding in life. There are languages that you must speak that is beyond Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, Efik, Ibibio, Kanuri. Languages of love, of kindness, of humility, of sacrifice, of patience.
Okay.
Seeking knowledge, sacrifice, selflessness, giving. Those are languages that you must speak for you to succeed and transcend certain levels in your life. And the same way you learned your language that you speak now because you needed to survive in the community. So you have to learn how to speak English or speak Pidgin or speak Igbo or speak Hausa. You must learn the language of humility. You must learn the language of kindness, the language of patience, the language of sacrifice, the language of giving.
Okay.
You must seek knowledge. You must learn about enterprise, how to multiply. You must learn about long suffering.
Wow.
It's not a choice.
Yeah.
There are skills that you must take onto yourself for you to be great.
Oh, I see you. I think somebody, yeah, continue, sir. You broke up for a second there. Yeah, but go on, sir.
The same way you have to learn whatever language you speak. Just exactly the same way you have to learn these things. So for anyone who feels that the world owes him, who has a sense of entitlement, I cannot judge you. I do not know your story. I do not know why, but I can only tell you my story. And if you think that I am anything to be modeled after, then perhaps you can learn from it. But humility has opened doors for me. Giving has opened doors for me. And always being ready to come correct. Always come to tables correct. When people invite you somewhere, they didn't invite you to come and eat their food for nothing. They didn't invite you to come and you must come with something. Come with value. You either come as a person of value that your presence is enough. If you're invited to be on a board, you must always be prepared for that board so you can spill the wisdom they came to you for. For every table you've been invited, there is a value that is expected of you to bring to that table. When you come on that table, if you do not bring the value, they will look for it elsewhere. After a while, you become redundant on that table. So if you're going to sense of entitlement to be anywhere, just come correct. Come with value. The world is looking for value. People are paying bucks, mega bucks for value. Turn your passion into purpose. Solve a problem with your passion. Place a value on it. Place an amount on it. People will pay you for it.
I see you, sir.
So your sense of entitlement, at times you have value. But humility will propel you faster and take you. And that's not to say you should not be confident. That's why you should not walk into rooms, march onto people and speak and make demands and make your point ahead and put your case forward. No. But it's also to be humble enough to appreciate other people, to speak respectfully, particularly because you have to understand the culture of the country you live in. If you're in America, it's a different culture. You cannot be culture blind, culture ignorant. You can't afford to be. The same way with language, you learn the language of the culture, you learn the behavior of the culture.
Wow. Okay. So I have one question here that I need to ask because of the situation we're currently facing right now. But obviously without while being sensitive about it. So as a Christian, what conversation do you think the church is not having about sex?
I think the church is not having several conversations, not just about sex.
Okay.
I think the church is not having several conversations. I think the church is not having a conversation. The first conversation is even more important, that supersedes sex or anything else, is even how people will live the life they live in church on the street.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that's the first conversation. The life where people will stop thinking that when they are in church, they should be somebody else, and when they are outside, they should be somebody else. That's the first conversation that we need to deal with in the church.
Okay.
From politics to music to fashion, when the Bible says you are the salt of the earth, what is salt, my brother? Salt adds taste. When salt is flat, it is useless. When there's food without salt, it is tasteless. When the Bible says, when God says, we the Christians are the salt of the earth,
we're supposed to go in and change everything.
We should be thriving and flourishing from politics to governance. We should be the CEOs. We should be leading corporations. We should be directing their affairs. The security man, the tour guide, the guy who are building the roads, everything should be the Christians. You should be adding salt to the world. The church needs to rise up. I go to churches and we are dancing Zanku and all of these dances, Bebodi, Teshumole, Bebodi for Jesus. The church is supposed to be creating those dances. Those dances are supposed to now go to the club. Then the people in this nightclub will say, this dance from the church, me, I'm going to church, oh.
Okay.
It shouldn't be the other way around.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be taking the things into the church so that people are not craving for it because it's advertising. Your way of life is advertising. That's why we're supposed to live our lives in the way that can advertise God's glory and bring people to Christ. The more we leave that responsibility to quote and unquote the world, the more we will lose children to sex and to everything you're asking me about.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
Why is the church not investing in the musicians that have come out of the church? The band used to sing in church. Banky used to sing in church. TY used to sing in church. Many of these people started from the church. If the church invested in them, they will probably be singing around the church like Sinach is doing today.
True.
They are doing amazing right now. They are fulfilling their calling. But the church lost them. And the church is losing more and more daily. So sex is just one of the things. The church is losing people to sex. There are many conversations the church should have around sexuality. Absolutely. But the church needs to first have a conversation on even the basic foundation of our being, our entire being and self. The church is a hospital.
Yes, sir.
Many people should go into the church. The church is a school, is a nursery. You know, you go into the church.
Yeah.
After a while of being in the church, you go through Bible school, you enter the main church. After a while, you know what? You should leave your seat and bring somebody else on your seat. You should not go to the world and use your life to mirror to people and be bringing the people into the church. And then from time to time, you now come for the fellowship of the brethren, re-energize, and keep going.
Then you go again.
But the church should be passing us through. Boom, boom, boom. Oh yeah, go into the world. Go and bring me more people.
Not come and hold seats and be fighting.
Come and be a landlord in church. People like me that had seats in church, we are part of the problem.
So wait.
In church.
So we have about 3 minutes.
But I don't have to anymore. I used to have seats. Oh, we need to end so you can save it, Abby.
Yeah, no. We have like 3 minutes left on this one. And I don't know how much more time you have. So, I mean,
let me just check my data.
No, we could keep it into the 3 minutes. So that means you're just gonna promise me that we'll do a part 2 at some point.
Okay, good. Yes, I have a meeting.
Okay, so in that 3 minutes, I'm supposed to do 10 questions. I have 12. I think I've done like 8 or so. I just want you to share whatever you feel is on your mind. Like, I have questions about enough is enough. What do you think about the political situation in Nigeria, and is it improving or we can do better?
I think we can always do better. For everything, everything we can always do better. But I think that what's the most important is that the church must take its place, in the salt of the earth, in politics, in governance, in music, in everything. The church must take its place, the church and its people, and people must move from talk to action. My heart goes out to Tina, to Owa, to Jennifer, and all the people we've lost or that have experienced rape and violence in just the last couple of days. This is not the beginning or the end. This is just a little glimpse because we have social media. These are things that are embedded in our culture. These are things that, mothers have turned their face away, fathers have turned their face away, uncles are perpetrated, and we need to take responsibility now more than ever. We need to call to account, everyone we can access, all the men. We ourselves as men need to stand up and be responsible. We need to teach our plumbers, our electricians, our drivers the right thing, to behave the right way. We need to use our platform to say the right things, encourage the right values. We need to also use our films. More people who care about this issue and have the wherewithal should invest in films and music and things that can.
Okay. Your network is freezing. I hope someone is not calling. Okay. Okay, you're back.
These are things that are important at this time, at this time in our world.
Okay. Thank you. It's actually really nice meeting you, live, like meeting you and seeing you and actually having this talk. I actually learned a lot today because now the same Bible passage that we've dealt with over time, you've just even turned it around. I mean, bringing your jar. We have to come correct with our jar, not just that. Going from jar to a basin and moving from place to place. I think also, someone is asking a question. I don't know if you want to answer it or not. I know. Yeah. I think we have like 1 minute, but
I'll save this because you're going to lose it.
I'm going to save it. No. Once it closes, it allows you to save it. I will save it. So the person says that why do you always wear white and why the red hat? Why
My company is called Red. I love white. Okay. Pure, it's purity, and it was the best color that suited my red. And I tell people I carry my company on my head. You to carry your business on your head. It's enough. Everywhere you go, let them see you, see your message, your passion, your business, your calling.
Oh wow! So you see, I have someone said they asked the question. I can't see the question, so drop the question again in case we can ask it. Someone is saying that they asked the question, so we might have 30 seconds.
If you don't end it yourself, you will lose it too.
I'll save it. But thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I enjoyed this.
Yeah.
I didn't get to ask you all the questions, but another time. Maybe another time will be the other time.
And I promise I will be 100% honest. Yeah. Thank you so much. God bless you. Have a good
you too. Bye.
Bye. So guys, thank you for joining in. I think I have like 15 seconds left. I'm going to save it and I'm going to post it up. Huge thank you to Mr. Adebola Williams for doing this. It wasn't, just from a message back end on IG, and this came out. So have a wonderful one. I have a meeting in 6 minutes. Oh, now actually. So peace. I'll save it and I'll post it up in real time. Yeah, God bless you guys. Thank you for joining us. Look out for the next one. Blessings.